In 1984, Sunbury caught on fire. Unknown assailant to us at the time. And as time went on, we proved that the gardener was responsible for lighting the fire. But we had no real proof. It was an assessment. The fire was caught in the kitchen and in the shop. The shop, which had in a lot of clothing and so on for the tourists, that went up in flames in a very short space of time. It then spread from the kitchen and from the shop to the main house. But part of the main house was built of wood, where it was added on breakfast room, as the old time Bajans would call it. We never used that as the main kitchen, as the main kitchen was over on the western side. So it didn't actually burn from the kitchen itself, because the kitchen was a kitchenette, really, lunchroom, breakfast room. And it spread rapidly through the house and up to the first floor, which was pine flooring, and all the furniture, of course, that went up as well. We saved a few pieces. We saved the coat of arms, which came from Bentley Big House and had gone through a fire at Bentley Big House, and then we bought it and it came to Sunbury. And we saved that for the second time from fire. Again, all of the lovely pieces of furniture we'd saved had gone up to the States, bought from Harold Boyne, who had just died. Well, not from him, but from his estate. He had just died, and his wife also had passed away. And the family found out that we were interested in rebuilding Sunbury, and were we interested in buying the furniture. This was in December of 1984. Beg your pardon, December 85. And then we started with plans for the rebuilding. We had to go to the town planner to apply for permission.
Wait, you said December 85. The fire was in 95.
95.
Right, okay.
We had to go to the town planner for permission to rebuild something that had been there from 1600. But can you believe it? That we never got permission until after the fire had burnt, the rebuilding had been done and finished, and then 3 months afterwards we got the okay to rebuild Sunbury.
Wow.
The evening of the opening of Sunbury was opened by the Right Honourable Owen Arthur, who was the Prime Minister, and the Honourable Billy Miller, the Deputy Prime Minister. They were the two main people there, along with lots of other guests we had who had assisted us in collecting bits and pieces of old heritage furniture. One being Dr. Art Miller, who gave us a lovely camera and other cameras for the camera collection, which we have now got installed, which I'm still in trying to add to all the time. But the fantastic old piano, grand piano. Do you remember the grand piano? A lovely gold grand piano. That, I understand, came from one of the old great houses. I'm not sure which it was, but I bought it. John Armstrong had it, and I bought it from John for Sunbury. It's great. It's a pity because it was a beautiful grand piano.
Tell us about the horse stuff that came from the Barbados family. Angela?
Oh, then of course, when the fire caught the upstairs, the first floor and second floor, underneath the drawing room and dining room, was carpeted. The whole thing was with thick carpet, and of course, with all the water that was saving the the building, these carpets were saturated, and the fire never got through to the underneath of the cellars, where we had stored and on display the buggies and old carts which came from the Barbacina family. Old Mr. Poor Bob and Angela, Mr. Poor Bob is old Mr. Barbacina, and Angela were very friendly, and it was his sons who arranged for us to take over this, and we have it all still at Sunbury in the museum. The other parts that I would like to add was, I would say, thanks to all those wonderful people who had helped us with artifacts. My good buddy Art with cameras. There are so many things. My grandfather's old Harcourt Carter, his whole collection of optical goods and optical pieces of machinery, which fortunately were in the garage at the time of Sunbury, and they were saved.
There was one more thing that you didn't tell us, and that was you came the day of the fire. What happened? You came back from where?
Angela and myself were on a cruise up through to Germany and all through the Baltics, and I arrived back to England from England on the Monday evening of the whatever day the fire was, and the Donna Lillian, or my stepdaughter, who was living at Sunbury, was it in the cottage. She and her husband, it was their anniversary, and they were going down to Paradise Beach for dinner. And I went through Sunbury after I came off the plane, just to see how things were going. And it was a strange feeling that I had walking through the woods. I couldn't quite place it. I remember it now, out there seemed desolately quiet, and that is the area that the young Barrow child was buried.
Mm-hmm.
And
but what do you mean walking through the woods?
I was walking through the woods, just inspecting the property to see everything was
nothing
because
was
I hadn't been there for 3
okay.
weeks.
Okay, the fire didn't start yet.
No.
No. Okay, I see.
I was walking through the woods, just seeing how things were, and everything seemed to be in order, and the house was shut up as they were going out, and we had left. No watchman was on duty that night. He should have been on duty, but he never was there. So they had no watchman on duty, and after I left Sunbury and I thought everything was fine, I went back to Bentley, and to my astonishment, around 9 o'clock, telephone rang the manager of Sunbury Plantation called to say that the Sunbury house was on fire. I got there as fast as I possibly could, and already the fire brigade was there. A lot of the people from the plantation around were there, and everybody was helping to try and out this fire. The fire brigade had one fire brigade tender. When it came and they used up that, they ran out. They couldn't, so they had to go to 6 roads, which is a couple of miles up the road, to be able to refill that, which took about 15-20 minutes to come back, for the other fire brigade from Bridgetown to come up. Well, that was emptied in a matter of seconds before the other one then arrived back.
Wow.
And that was the biggest disaster, because if we'd had those 2 fire tenders on it, we would have saved the house.
Yeah. Now, was it a coincidence that you went around to walk around the property, or you always did that?
I always did that. Whenever I went to
so there was nothing, it was not
no. I went up there because it was always an interesting place to go for at night, an afternoon.
Yeah.
And Angela would come with me sometimes, but this time she was in England.
Yeah.
Keith, when you lived at Sunbury, did you ever get the feeling that it was haunted?
I certainly did.
And didn't the lady that, one of the Cameron sisters that lived there, she kept a lot of cats?
She had 30 or 40 cats, or what they had there, but they got them exterminated shortly And I then left a couple there when I got there. We got to on Sunbury, but the place stunk of cat pee. It was awful. However, when Harold Boyne had his sale, they cleaned out everything and it wasn't too bad. What else we should add?
If the house was haunted?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They told me, one of the two old Miss Camerons had died just a couple of months before they put it up for sale. When we bought it and we moved in, I don't walk around the house with a lot of clothes on. I always felt that somebody was watching me. It was a constant third party in the place.
Really, yeah?
Actually, it was sometimes a bit frightening. And I often said that this place is haunted. And I didn't mind it, but I also had the same feeling that there was somebody there watching us. But as I said, I walk around with very little clothes on, and so when she was walking around, I felt let me cover up fast, because I know who this is, right? But
I had heard that one of the Cameron sisters died because she fell down the stairs. Is that true?
Miss Helen Cameron died just before we bought it. Apparently she fell down the steps and had a stroke, and she passed away. And then that's caused the place to go up for sale.
Okay.
So there was, you know, Sunbury steeped in furnace. Oh, another thing I must remember. Let me tell you, the day I decided to move back home, Tony Arthur died. That was 1981.
That was July the 14th, 1984.
That's the day I can move back to Sunbury.
Is that right?
That's right.
Sunbury, but you
Moved
said...
from Sunbury.
Moved from Sunbury
Yeah, right.
back to
Right.
Bentley.
Right.
Right. And I'd been there for 3 years, say 2.5 years before that. So that put that 84, 80...
So Little Bentley was already yours then?
Oh, yeah.
But you had already lived there?
Yeah, I lived
okay.
at Little Bentley.
With Angela?
No.
Okay.
A different way.
Different wife.
Okay.